Hello, my name is Robin Lambert, and today I'm going to be doing a video for the lovely followers and parents of the Cerebral Palsy Family Network on, on Tumblr. I've been asked to do a video tackling the issue of bullying. I know it's quite a difficult subject to talk about. Obviously, it's a very sensitive issue, but I'm going to try my best to explain to you guys my personal experience with bullying and how I dealt with it. I grew up in a not so posh area of England up until I was about the ages of 10. And for me, I think experiencing bullying and getting bullied was sort of unavoidable because in this certain area of England where I came from, they sort of didn't like anyone that was different at school, the children. Anyone that was different for whatever reason, whether it be their fashion choice or their mental ability or whatever, they were sort of targeted to be picked on. But I don't necessarily think it's important for me to speak about how I got bullied. I think it's important for me to speak about how I deal with it, because it's not the bullying that counts, it's how you deal with it and how you let it affect you as a person. Obviously, bullying is like a terrible thing and nobody should have to experience it in a perfect world. But I do think that some positives can come out of the experience. For instance, now I think I'm a stronger person. I'm more confident within myself. And also I can deal with difficult situations and confrontations. And I sort of have a higher level of empathy. Than most kids my age, I think, because I've had these experiences. Seeing as though this blog, as I understand it, is mainly for parents with children with disabilities, I'm going to be talking about my parents and how they really helped me get through it, because without my parents, my primary school days would have been a nightmare, basically. I got bullied by my so-called friends, and the way I mainly got bullied was through isolation. These friends of mine would say mean things to me, not necessarily related about my disability, because I do think even little children have, a sense of, well, that's quite wrong to pick on someone because of their ability. But they were picking on me because I was different, because I had a disability, but it wasn't based around that. And the main thing that they would do is say mean things to me, and then they would isolate me. They would say, no, you're not allowed to sit with me. And because it was only a small school, a small area in England, I really didn't have that many friends. And the people that I should have been friends with, I sort of wasn't interested in, because, every kid sort of chases after being popular. So I desperately wanted to be in with the cooler kids, if you will. But basically my parents just told me, it's not my fault. For whatever reason they're picking on me, it's not my fault, it's their problem. They're not confident enough in themselves, so they have to put other people down to make themselves feel better. And I guess it was just constant reassurance that things would get better and it wasn't my problem, and I was doing the right thing, and I could stay strong through it, and it's a thing that a lot of people experience. I guess that constant reassurance from my parents really helped me. I've since moved to Australia. I moved to Australia when I was 10 years old, and the kids here are a lot more, they're a lot more accepting. They know it's completely wrong to pick on people because of their ability, or to pick on people for any reason. I don't really think, especially to the school I go to, there's that much of an issue with bullying. I certainly haven't experienced it since I've got here. A lot of people have been very accepting, and so I know a lot of you guys are in America, I think. So I'm not quite sure what the situation there is like. I've heard on television and such that, you've got quite a big issue with bullying. But like I said, I do think it can make you a stronger person, and obviously it's not something that I wish upon everyone, but you've just got to keep telling your child that, it's not their fault and it will get better, and, going to speak to the teachers if necessary. I know that my parents have done that, and it did help, because, the teachers would just not mention me, but, bring it up in class. It's not nice to bully and that kind of thing. But yeah, just reassuring a child that, it's not their problem, and just making them feel good about themselves while they're at home, I guess. And, explaining, well, kids might not understand why you're like that because they've never experienced it. So they just don't know how to cope with it, and just keep reassuring your child. That's the best advice I can give, really. And it does get better. I certainly think as you get older, people are more aware, and people are like, oh, well, it's not your fault. But you've got to just keep reminding your child that it's not their fault, that they can't help the way they were born. And I've only got quite mild cerebral palsy, so I'm sort of able to stand up for myself now, especially now that I'm older. But I don't know. I don't think that bullying is as bad the more severe the disability gets, because children. Yeah, I don't know. I could just be saying that. I've never experienced it, but from my opinion, I think if you've got like a mediocre disability, it tends to be harder because you're still enough like the other children for them to be able to see your weaknesses and stuff. Okay, well, I hope that was helpful. And I look forward to doing more vlogs for you guys in the future if it helps. But just remember, you can get through it, and it can make you a stronger person. And if you do stand up for yourself, especially when you're a bit older, and just say, come on, it's not right, I can't help it. And education as well. I think it comes especially with the parents, educating other parents, so they can educate their children. Yeah. But I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, and thanks for giving me the opportunity for vlog for the Cerebral Palsy Network. Cheers. Bye.